What's the big deal about lead? Lead's one of the oldest building products around. It was first used by the Egyptians over 9,000 years ago, and by the Romans, and it's been used everywhere from the Great British Home to some of the world's most beautiful buildings. But did you know that this most traditional material is more relevant in construction today than ever? Here are a few surprising facts. You might think lead isn't that green, but actually it's one of the most recycled and recovered building materials in use today. It's a natural material too, so it's more environmentally friendly than petrochemical-based alternatives. And with less heat needed and no waste going to landfill, even its tried and tested recycling program is environmentally efficient. Lead will help you comply with the Eurocode 60-year design life, and has been known to last as long as 500 years. How many of today's alternatives can you say that about? So if you want a lower carbon footprint and sustainability, there's only one material to choose. You might think lead is expensive, but in terms of performance per pound, it works out no more expensive than any of the alternatives. And over the life cycle of a building, it's actually a fraction of the cost. Over 40 years, it's about 50% of the cost of alternatives. And over 65 years, it's almost 100% cheaper. You might think lead can't possibly be as weather-tight as man-made alternatives. But with fewer laps and joints where adhesives can fail, allowing water to get in and cause costly internal damage, lead's by far the best choice. You might think lead's difficult to install, but it can be installed in most conditions, unlike the alternatives where it must be dry with temperatures above 5 degrees centigrade. And because you don't need to wait hours for adhesives to dry, site time and labour costs are reduced. You might think lead is often stolen, but as the theft figures published combine lead with other metals, it's actually a lot less than you think. And if you thought working with lead was a dying art, there's a new generation of lead workers coming through, thanks to training provided by the Lead Sheet Association.
It is a traditional form of roofing. It does outlast a lot of the other rivals, whether it's felt or asphalt, and I can give my customers peace of mind, with long guarantees as well. It's got a lot of advantages, so that's why I'm looking to increase my skills in it.
And they're not alone in their enthusiasm for lead. Here's what a group of young architects had to say.
There is a clear visual perception that most architects would be drawn to, particularly when you're using lead as a finish material, not just as the thing that stops other things from leaking, and putting it on show, and that craftsmanship of the installers using it as a cladding, it's got a great attraction.
I think with many modern materials, especially the composite ones, a lot of energy goes into deconstructing them, but with lead, it's relatively straightforward.
People are encouraged to look at things from a sustainability point of view over a much longer period, not just a design life of 20 years, because that's what you will get a material guarantee on many building products for that type of length of time, but actually over the true building's life. And at that point, lead comes into its own.
So whatever you used to think about lead, hopefully we've told you enough to make you decide to use lead on your next project.